Hello, Sun Squires. Hello. Today is Tuesday. I am Sir Greaves, and it is going to be Core Keeper today. The fish farm has been broken long enough, and I don't want people to keep making builds that are going to eventually break. So, I'm going to fix that today. Well, hopefully. I'm hoping I can fix it. If it's a simple fix, that's going to be a little awkward, because, I usually stream for 3 hours, so if it takes me like 5 minutes, that's going to be a problem. But we'll find out. We'll find out. I did specifically set aside this time for fixing that fish farm, so that's what we're doing. Hope you're well. Yes, hope you're well too, Count Dread. Welcome. Hold on, I need to clear my throat or something. Don't worry, DDDA is always waiting. DDDA is scheduled for Saturday, though. Let's see about switching this over. I believe Core Keeper is set to borderless full screen, so that should be fine. Hello, Cloud Striker. We switch. The audio is coming out the wrong port. Hold on. There we go. I believe it's this one. Oh, yes. Let me know if audio gets crackly as well. It is set to game capture, so it does that sometimes. Oh, congrats on the 25 stream check-in streak, Cloud Striker. Yes. All right, so I've actually set up a bunch of these things specifically to test different layouts. But the first idea that I had was, hold on, let's go over here. I don't hear any audio. So bright? Yeah, I punched the holes in the ceiling so that everything was visible. Hold on, I think I need to restart the... No, I could hear it. Why is it so quiet? Hold on. Saving and quitting was not. Let me just have a look at... Maybe that's why? How loud is that, Sun Squires? We'll find out, I guess. Is that a thing that's the thing you can do? Yeah, once you get to the red ore tier, you get this little fist-shaped thing that you can just punch holes in the ceiling. I was hearing your character's steps just fine. I wasn't somehow. I have my volume up at like 50%. I usually have it down at 30. Why is that so loud in OBS? Why is that so loud? But so quiet for me. Is that better? That's still looking kind of loud. Well, let me know. All right. Oh yeah. You get this roofing gadget where you can punch holes in the ceiling. All right. So, my first idea was, let me go wrap the other one. Let me go wrap them in this. Ah, these need wire. Let's do that. Whoops. Can I not pick that up now? There we go. So my first idea was to actually send the fruit, or crops, I guess, into the seed extractor first. This is kind of loud. What the heck? I guess it was just a different material. I'm so used to, like... Yeah, the sandy footsteps. Okay. Normally, I would use the light bulbs, but, you've probably seen some of these mining outposts. Let's see. That's just a waypoint. Do I have a mining outpost anywhere? I'm gonna take a look. Uh-oh. Those seeds need to be on here. How do I throw these? Not Q. Q auto stacked. Oh. Okay, I needed to click. I'm not used to the controls of this game, can you tell? That needed to make its way around. Yeah, because this one's decaying. That's what happens. Let's go check out a mining outpost real quick. Heya, heya! This might be a... Nope, that's not an outpost. This is an outpost? Let's see. This is Core Keeper, Angel Kitty Chick. Oh, there's no outpost. Where are my outposts? Where are my mining outposts? I usually use the lights, but I wanted just a uniform area where I could just build. I don't know where the mining outposts are. Is this one? We're gonna find out. Yeah, like this. Also, this one's done. I've been looking at this game for a while, ever since Core Keeper collab with a game I like. Ah, which one is that? Symbiotic Factor or whatever it's called? Abiotic Factor? I don't know what it's called. Terraria? Oh! I like Terraria. But yeah, like that mining outpost that I just got rid of, I usually use these lamps. But I wanted just a uniform illumination that I wouldn't have to manage at all. So I punched the ceiling out. Let's get this watch off. Hold on. There we go. This thing, by the way, this watch, I don't know if I've talked about it before. I probably have, because I liked it. Has outlasted the very company that it came from, which I think is kind of funny. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. But it lasted long enough that the company is back, which that's especially funny. That sounds amazing. Yeah, it's a smartwatch that wanted to they went for being a watch first and smart second. So it had to have stuff like a screen that, you know, made sense for a watch, one that you can just look at without having to wait for it to activate, etc. This. Some of these. One of these. Let's go put that in the food chest so I'm not, like, scrolling through all these. Actually, let's get rid of some of the other stuff that I have as well. I don't know where plants usually go. I don't know where these would usually go. I think I have accessories over here. Not accessories, what are these? Valuables. There we go. And then I'm just gonna get rid of these two bags. Valuables? Yeah. And then seed and crop. Okay. Have you been, by the way? It's been a little since I got to sit down and watch. Pretty well, I think. Pretty well. I've been thinking about this thing. Apparently, YouTube's been putting the self-sustaining automatic fish farm short into the feed, and people are like, I built this and it's broken. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And they're finding issues, or they're having issues with it that aren't even the main issue that I'm trying to fix. So I'm trying to fix it today. I set these up specifically so that I could test multiple designs without having to completely disassemble them. I'm hoping that I fix it in 4 tries. I can't zoom out. This isn't Factorio. Speaking of Factorio, I'm excited to start free play on Saturday? On Thursday. Alright, here's where I usually have the seed extractor. Facing... Is it this way? Whoop, is it this way? How's it facing over here? I don't remember. Looks like flat side back. Okay. Let's put one of these arms here. Wait. That was like this, right? I can't remember if it was on the plant. It makes sense to be on the plant row, but yeah, okay, it was. I just didn't remember. Also, instead of wire, you could just place the engine here. But I liked... Whoa, that's a problem. I shouldn't have done that. I just like how this looks better. I don't need that either. You can daisy chain the machines, so you don't need wires underneath them. I like that they did that, by the way. You can see the little slots on the machines themselves. If you do this, those just connect. So you can do this, and those will all just connect. And, like, no matter what you connect to them, they all just daisy chain. It's really neat. Now, how do I pick these up? Will the hoe work? It does for one thing. Kitty! I'm in here! Kitty's like, you didn't pet me long enough. Game seems pretty cool. I like it. I like it. It's... Oh, wait a minute. That's not where this goes. It's pretty relaxing. It does have boss fights and stuff, so it can be not relaxing. If you let it. Alright, let's have this like so. And then at the very bottom is where we're going to be making changes. See, because normally I would have it loop out. I found it kind of grindy in a boring way. Ah. I like it. For the ore boulders or whatever, I just plonk a mining outpost around one when I find them, and then continue doing whatever. See, normally I would have it split here, and then send 50% of the fruit into these, what are these? Bait things? I don't remember what they're called exactly. Critter catchers. So I'd normally just split it and send the fruit to the critter catchers, but because stuff can be gold even if you didn't plant it, that's a problem. So what I want... Exploration itself is kind of boring to me. Ah. Did you end up finishing Dragon's Dogma? Not yet. Not yet. I went to the bottom of Bitter Black Isle and found a big spongy, damaged spongy enemy. So I can't do this... Whoop. Can't do this just yet. I want to... I think I want to pull into these right away. Maybe I... Come on. Target that. There we go. Maybe I change the direction of this. How are the kitties doing? Great, I hope. Yes, they seem to be. I like them. I like the kitties. Maybe setting it here would be smart. And then... like that. So that'll plonk straight into this. And then this can grab from here. No, it won't reach. I need to pull this in a little. Hi, Meow. Hello. The Sun Squires were asking about you. They hope you're doing well. He's very cute. I like when he actually lets me hold him. Hi. Oh. Window time, is it? Here you go. So cute. Cats are perfect. All right. Kitty's at the MVP. True. So that's going to be funneling this way. I don't think I like that, though. That's also kind of a problem for me. Maybe I gotta rotate the design to make it less annoying. You know what? That's what this is for. That's what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, you can use the hoe to pick up... Oh, I don't want to pick up those, though. Will it pick up these? Ah, it does. It does. I gotta change the size. That's easy. I just hit R. A couple times. If I rotate the whole farm... If I rotate the whole farm, it should... No, I don't like that, though. I liked it just being slightly slim. But this is fine. It is kind of hard to... You know what? Lightning! Alright, and now we're just going to do this. Just cover the whole area. This is fine. I'm starting to realize that Factorio had some quality of life features that I kind of really enjoyed. Like being able to tap Q to just grab whatever the same item is. This automation is reminding me of Factorio. It was kind of like Baby's first factory. But, well done. You don't get that in here. You don't get that in here. Where the heck? There we go. I want the seed thing outputting this way. Whoops. This way. Maybe I do it over here, actually. I think this is what I was... Wait. Yeah, this is fine for me. This is fine. Because it outputs directly onto the belt. Okay. This is just like your most basic form of automation. Definitely not Factorio depth. But I like it nonetheless. I don't need these wires. Just to squeeze a little bit more optimization in there. Ooh, I kind of don't like that either. Maybe it's fine if I push it slightly back and then have it angled. Like this. Yeah. You just upgraded your brain with Factorio tutorial and instantly decided to use it. The Q button? Yeah. It's so handy. It's so handy, I can't lie. There we go. So that works for me. Only... That's also kind of a weird problem now. Let's flip these around. Let's just flip these specifically. Because what I want to do is at some point in this chain, I want to take the fruit, which I'm going to call fruit despite it being anything, the crop. I want to take the crop straight into one of these. And then have another arm grab it like that. And then finally another one that puts it back on the belt. So I need a space somewhere that's good for that. Because gold crops need to get there first as well. I doubt there's going to ever be more than 4 gold crops. I mean, these are hand planted. The actual arms won't do that. Let's, for example, actually set something up. Let's... Whoa. Okay, there's a lot of seeds there. Let's drop these here. For the... There's no power. I'm smart. Let's put that here. And actually just take... Whoops. I want that. Give... Okay, let's restart it. Let's put the belts down. Just to show you Sun Squares how these work. Now grab these. I drop them. Oh. Hold on. I thought it was on the belt. There we go. Oh, that one didn't grab it. Well, that's fine. Let's just get rid of that. And oh. Well, it's fine. There we go. These will grab it. I can't get too close, otherwise I just pick those up. Well, I don't mind that there are going to be 2 spaces missed. I think this is as many as I can fit in, and 16 is fine for me. Because 16 perfectly breaks down into 8 and 8. And then the seed extractor will pull 2 seeds from every fruit. So there we go. I can grab these now. And then once those grow up, these arms automatically harvest them. So they're dual purpose. And then I want them to go through here first to ensure that, hopefully, the gold ones don't make it into the seed extractor. Because the seed extractor just turns the gold ones into gold ore. Which is wildly unhelpful for a farm like this. Let's go ahead and... What am I looking for? Huh? I wanted something, and now my brain is short-circuiting. The seed extractor, probably. Yeah. Right. That'll pop stuff out that way. Megamind meme, no filters? Yeah. Well, you can actually use these item collectors to immediately pull the gold ones out. But there's no guarantee that these will be empty. And because of the ratio of 16 to 8, I like that. Because 8 will be sent to the seed extractor to replenish the farm, and 8 will be sent to these. I want these to be full, or at least always have a spot for a gold fruit. So I could technically use an item collector to fast track the gold things into the what are these called again? The critter catcher. I could try to fast track the gold crops into the critter catcher, but again, there's no guarantee that they won't already be full of the normal crops. Yeah, see, there's a gold one there already. And if these were to all get harvested, that one is so far down the chain that it would get sent to the seed extractor before anywhere else. So I want to not do that. I want stuff to go through this before the seed extractor. And over here, that wasn't that big a deal. I built this on the assumption that nothing would ever grow gold, but it does grow gold. The 50-50 split here would have been perfect, if not for the gold crops. So that's the flaw with this one. It slowly decays because of the gold. Because the gold can't be turned back into seeds. So that means you just have less and less. Because I'm pulling them into this chest automatically. And that just means one less fruit to go back into the seed extractor. Oh. Forgot that hunger's a mechanic in this game. Where's my oatmeal? There it is. That's what this is for. So every gold fruit is technically one less seed that goes back into the farm. And you can see the result of that. It's just half of it is empty now. It took a while, but half of it is empty. Actually, though, that covers a 5x5 area, so I might be able to use that somehow. Instead of a third arm. But there's also no timers and no, like, detectors or anything. At least I don't think. Let's go check the automation table. They may have added it since the last time I played, but probably not. It's always a possibility. Let's check the... Is this? No, that's... What? That's the upgrade table? Sorry, I thought that was the... I thought the scrap table did that, but I guess not. What is this? Armor. Where are the blueprinty type things? I know the wiring chest is here. That doesn't help me when I don't know where the wiring table is. Ah, must be one of these. Yeah, this is engine. Explore proximity sensor. Okay, enemy proximity sensor. That's nice and good, but... Oh. Ah. Yeah, there could be a slot for, like, an item detector or something. And then some other way to pull an item from storage or something. That would be cool too, because then I could at least automatically replenish it. Or if there was like a track switcher or something. I don't know. I don't know. That could also be ideal. That way, if I like pull a gold one out, and I could guarantee that the next whatever these ones are would go into there. Or if anytime a fruit passes over it, it would change the direction of the track, so that it's still 50-50, and then I can pull the gold one out. The crafting menus gave me an aneurysm. They're not the most intuitive, I have to admit. I can pull these this way, and that'll do something. I could have this be the extraction port. Let's give this a shot. I don't even know if I'll be able to fix the gold problem. I gotta be honest. It's not about intuitive, it's about the experience itself. I'm gonna hydrate. I apparently have not been doing that this morning. I don't really mind, but they are small, and having them be like 6x6 feels kind of weird. Fallen Knight Rye, long time no see. How are you, Sun Squire? This is Corekeeper, and of course you already know I am Sir Greaves. I don't like that that's encroaching. So I put these borders here as like a don't cross these, and this one's filling up that space, and I don't like that. Let's put let's use the ceiling puncher to put more. Yeah, this is encroaching. Kitty, what are you doing? I think it's here as well? Yeah. I liked that the previous design was like a perfect ratio and also the same width the whole way down. It just feels like a machine, and you could tile it if you wanted. You could put like a space here, and then have nets with different water over here. You know? Shinies, let's go! So, I don't necessarily enjoy that this is now 2 tiles wider. But I'll figure it out. Let's see. I also didn't want it to be too expensive. I don't remember what you need for the item collector, but there's gotta be a reason I don't have a lot. You know? 30 sandwiches, let's go. I've got enough fruit that I can just pop them in this heat extractor next time. I also don't really have factory brains, so it is entirely possible that I'm just completely overlooking a potential solution. I am still trying to think of how to get the seeds into this thing first without making it look weird. I liked the perfectly centered design of last time. Of last one. Of this one. The original. Very centered. I've been making these sandwiches. I was going to get enough for everyone. I've been making these sandwiches. I was gone. I got enough for everyone. Oh, while they were gone. Ah. I hope you've been well, Sun Squire. Oh yeah, that one got in there last. That's gonna bug me. It doesn't matter. See, if I was fast, I would have been able to do this by the time these started coming through this way. The gold one being last. I don't like that the gold one's last. Maybe I have half of the farm handle the upper half. Or maybe I have one of them handle the upper half and one of them handle the lower half. That feels so weird, though. I don't know. Because if I do that as well, there's always the chance that something might not get into the farm. If I do a split... I don't have any split belts. I should probably grab those. But if I do a split belt, there's not one in here either? I was not prepared. It must be over here. Yes. They're an extra item? Yeah. Horrible? No. What do you mean? Belt splitters are an extra item in Factorio as well. Just think of this as a belt splitter. Instead of a second belt. Because it's functionally the same. Well, in that it makes sure that one item goes up here and then one item goes down there. But just think of it like that. It's a very simple automation system just added on top of a sandbox. So this is more like because we can than anything else. Farming is automation is supposed to be more efficient than manual farming as well, and it's just not. I guess I wanted to reward doing things by hand. I have no idea. If the seed extractor had the same chance to extract 3 seeds that gold crops do to grow by default, that would also be perfect. It would just work out anyway. But that's not how it works, so that's something I gotta work around. More hydration. You know, it wouldn't work out anyway. You'd sometimes just lose one when you get unlucky. Oh, true. It would just take longer. True, true, true. And every other farm that I've seen, people just kind of brute force it by sending 75% of the crops back into the farm as seeds. And that, I don't like that. It works, but then you constantly have seeds on the belt, and then you have to occasionally collect them, and I don't like that either. I like the perfect ratio! Because it would work out that way if seeds didn't grow gold. Just by default. I don't mind if they grow gold if I plant them, but if the machine plants them, and they turn gold, that's a problem for my farm. It'd be nice if there was, like, anti-gold, I almost said propaganda, fertilizer or something that would always guarantee your fruit stays normal. That would be nice. This is a dilemma, though. I really kind of threw that together and then didn't... wasn't able to deal with this problem. I've also been playing Sins of a Solar Empire. Ah, I've never heard of it. Hmm. This is actually a problem. A problem for my brain. Also, let me check something real quick. Nothing. Okay, good. I have to monitor a post because I made a post about a thing that I'm looking for, and I'm concerned that if I don't reply, like, almost instantly, they'll be like, wait. I'll tell you later or now if you're interested. I pushed the mark button so that while editing, which won't be soon, you could fill out the media recommendation form. If you use the forms command, I think media recommendation is a 4X game. What does that mean? What does that mean? If that says anything, you'll know the gist of it. I don't know what that means. Well, there you have it. Okay. So the problem is, I don't know how to pull stuff off the belt. Greaves lives behind the rock that is called a Souls-like. It's more like I just live under a rock in general. I have very surface level knowledge of a lot of things, and one of those things is not games in general. I only really know of the stuff that ends up getting told to me. Alright. If I go look over here... Is there no music? There's like nothing going on at all. Usually this is fine when I'm playing off stream because I could just load up my own music, but I can't do that here. Oh, there we go. It's kind of loud though. Okay. The gameplay generally involves building an empire. Emphasis is placed on economic and technological development as well. Oh, so it's like an Age of game. Or that other one. Stellaris, Civ, so on. Yeah, Civ. Okay. So it's like a Civ. I really do like this design. It's a shame it's just broken. Age of Empires is a normal strategy game? Okay, well then, I don't know. Civilization, then. You win only via war? Well. I know of Civilization. I haven't played it. The one I have specifically requires a resolution of something like 1024 by 768. And because my resolution is 1080p, it just won't launch. It specifically requires 1024 by 768. It's so silly. Let's put some... No, we're not going to bother with that. Actually, yeah, let's top this up. Let's top this up. How do we put more fruit in there? Let's see. There's two coming down. Oh, that's going to 50-50. Hold on. Let's take this. Let's take this. Remove it. Oh. Remove this too. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. That should replenish it. But I love the ship's look. I'll show you in the server. Ah. Do I not have images to attach to the media recommendation form? Would that be a good idea, Sunsquires, do you think? Also, Rye, you're going to need to resubmit your Streamathon thing, your 2027 Streamathon survey thing. I had to purge the answers because of the, what's it called? The poll with the game names. I changed a couple of the game names and added a couple more, And it just ended up awful. So I purged the answers. Alright. These seeds will replenish this farm. And then I'll be able to demonstrate the decay in real time, because I'm going to be here for another... It's already been 40 minutes! How's it already been 40 minutes? I have done nothing. Does time accelerate when I think? Welcome to factory. Yeah, I've done nothing though. I rotated the arms. That's it. I'm like sitting here trying to watch the thing that I made do the thing that I know it does. Sending it to the 50-50, bad. Sending it to here would be good. I'm not sure how to do that initially. Ooh. Oh yeah, what I'm trying to figure out is if there's too much throughput of fruit. So, you know what? I'm just gonna go make that design over here. And then just leave that doing its thing. Let's grab this. Excuse me, where's the... There it is. We'll do this. We'll grab this. We'll do another one. Like this. And then like this. That works, but it's offset, and I don't like that. But it's... Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Where's the item collector? This is fine. I'm sure this won't interfere with anything at all. Why can't it go there? Yeah. Oh. But this is lowered. Isn't it supposed to be... Hold on. Honestly, don't think there's a real solution available. There might be. I just have yet to figure it out. So then let's grab this. Visual only. Is it? Not place over. I believe you can put belts over it. Yeah. So what the heck? Oh well. So this, let's see. But that means if any gold fruit get through, it won't go in. But this is fine. That should hopefully do that. So let's go over here and see how we're handling the output. Ah, we're just using arms. That's fine. We'll use arms. Then we'll put it into a chest. Or... that makes worms, right? We'll just use another item collector. And then daisy chain these together. What happened? Where did that go? This will be set to worm, which I don't have any of. Let's go grab it off the ground. I know there's... yeah. There we go. We shall filter for earthworms. Straight into this chest. Whoop. There. That'll do for now. I just want to see if that does stuff. Let's also fix the aesthetics. Just a little bit of this. Whoops. No! Okay, that's what I get for whatever the heck just happened. I'm specifically trying to... there. Make sure that it's only wet where the plants actually get planted. like... Oh, so... But I forgot, it prioritizes just like the top of whatever. Which is fine. Normally, I would have fixed that before setting up the automation, so... That's on me! So this works fine now. I'm just gonna let it run. I'm gonna populate it and let it run. And see if it decays. And like I said, it should just take 8 of these. I'm gonna let it run. Let's... Do I have walls that I can build? That'll just keep me separate. So I don't accidentally collect anything. Well, I'm working on this one. Alright. Oh, my kitty's sleeping. He's got a cheek squished up on the cat tower. He's so cute. Cats are perfect. I was gonna wonder if worms that wander into... This is probably not how this works. But let's find out. Let's pop this down. Okay, it doesn't just collect the crawling worms. That'd be really funny, though, if they did. Whoops. As for this design, let's run the belts again. I think we do it from here. There we go. This is fine. We can break that. And then let's pull from here, like so, into this critter catcher. Not critter catcher. Yes, critter catcher? Yes. Into that, because that's symmetrical-ish. We'll have it loop around if we have to. I don't like that it's so low, though. Ah, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot I don't like. I'm just gonna have to suck it up. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to your suffering and play a game. Have fun. Enjoy game. Thank you for dropping by. Let's grab this. Not seed extractor. What am I doing? This. Oh, but that'll eat into the belt as well. Ah! There's no real clean way to do this. I just have to, like, run 2 of these or something. Wait, actually. Wait, actually. I could just run 2 of these. Do they pick up stacks, though, or is it just 1 item at a time? I think it's just 1 item at a time. Oh, but then it would have to go by anyway. Is this still going? It is, okay. It's just kind of slow. Let's run 2 of these. Oh, but they're individual. It would be a problem if one of the things had 2 spots. Maybe it's fine. No. I think if I have both of these extracting into stuff, then it's not that big a deal. But it kind of is. It kind of is. Because we really want the golds. I don't know what to do. It's a dilemma. We need like a collection plate and a separate add stuff back to the belt sort of plate. I think is probably the only way we're going to be able to do that. If we separate this contraption. I am just going to let that run though, just to see if I'm onto something. We'll get these set up to run separately. Oop. This could be the collection plate, maybe? No, that's too far back. We need it like right here. Like that. And then, same as that one over there, we'll put it into here, but we'll... If I was rotated, that would probably work. See how it lines up here? Oh, man. Follow the blue cursor and the blue background. Sorry about that. I don't think I can change that. No, I don't think I can. Well, that is... Oh, why did it extract seeds? Oh, it didn't go to the final belt. That's a problem. That's the problem with that design already. We need to plonk the seed down. There we go. Get in there. Right. So that extraction's a problem. Whoa. Stop. No filters. No. Right. I guess I could extract here and try to put it back onto the belt somehow. It is a bit of a problem. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. Oh, because there's pretty much always going to be a gold fruit. And that's going to cause decay. So I need to get rid of the gold fruit. I guess if I cover the whole area in one of these item collectors. Not with the whole area, but like a good chunk of it. That'll just pop into there. And then into here? And we'll use another item collector. I don't like having to use so many item collectors. Because again, there's got to be a reason I haven't crafted many. Oops. There's got to be a reason I haven't crafted many. They got to be expensive. If I center these, I should be able to do gold first and then... But this is kind of overkill for the item collectors, though. It's going to be running 6 of these. Like, that's... And then I would need one here for gold, one here for normal. That'd be... Well, maybe not 6, actually. But that'd be overkill. I mean, I guess if that's what I need, then so be it. Yeah, that'll zap the nearby gold ones too. Maybe this is what I need. Maybe this is what I need. Oh, that won't zap this gold one. We'll set this gold. And then we won't use this. We'll use an arm. We'll use an arm for the other kind. There. So that'll just zap the gold in. And then both of these are still required because they cover that, so... We'll set this to gold as well. Then we'll set this to normal. But then, if the items are sitting there... We need yet 2 more! Well, yet 1 more. This might be... totally brute force. No, that'll extract from here as well. It's gotta be 1 over. I forgot. Does that one pink thing use ocean ore / metal to make? Probably. It is the ocean ore color. I'll go check it out. I've got the bench over here. That can run for a bit anyway. My base is pretty terrible. Where was it? Is it here? Yeah, they use Scarlet and Octarine. Which I'm not short of, so I'm not sure why I didn't just make more. Like, it's not... I'm not short on it. Well, there we go. If you set up, like, 1 mining rig around an ore boulder, you're pretty much set. So look at all these orbs. Oh my gosh. Let's get them. These just show up. Is that understandable? I always feel like I'm short on Octarine. I set up mining rigs around like every ore boulder. I just immediately plonk like 8 scarlet drills around it, even if I'm not. True, though. True. Alright, let's see how this works. Yeah, because there's no gold ones, they're making it around. And, oh. I guess I could have another arm over here. Wait, no, that one coming through doesn't matter. Let's grab another one of these. Oh, the button doesn't work. This isn't Factorio. Oh, yeah. Okay, you can't put anything on the lowered engine for some reason. That's a bit of a pain in the butt. Are these ones even running? I don't think they are. No, they're not. There we go. That explains some stuff. Alright, let's watch that one go around then. These ones should be enough to replenish it. I just want to make sure that everything goes to the critter catchers first. If I remember, the power source tile, non-lever, can have blocks like the arm placed on top of it. Power source tile. What, the lowered engine block? No, it can't. Not arms, but it can have belts. The wires can for some reason. But not the generator. There's probably a reason for that. Alright, all we need is that little gold one to make it through first, and that's what this item extractor is for. Hopefully, that'll fix it. And I like that it's still symmetrical. Sort of. I like that it's still structurally mostly symmetrical. Uh-oh. I do hope this gets pulled in before that gets filled up. Because that's the problem. Uh-oh. Because if I dedicate more than 8 slots to this, that'll also be a problem, because it'll throw the balance off. Oh no, that's going to get filled up. Ah! Happy things... well, except for my design is not good. But that's what these tests are for. That's what these tests are for! Airbag's a little slow. Right, so that design's a failure. Let's just start over. Maybe manually fill it before turning it on so it filters like a Minecraft hopper, except they can only have one item per slot. So yeah, there are no filters. Oh, yeah. It's a bit of a problem. All of this because there's like a chance for one fruit to be gold. And gold fruit can't be extracted into seeds. So when that pops out, there better be a space in here. In one of these. There better be one space. I'm still learning Core Keeper Factory stuff. It's pretty simple mechanically. It's just not ideal. I could send the gold fruit on a loop through these things. Like, I could have the gold fruit just bounce back and forth between the critter catchers until there's a spot, so that the gold fruit always fills it up first. That might be smart, actually. I might be onto something. I might actually be onto something here. If I just bounce the gold fruit back and forth. But then occasionally there's going to be a red fruit that, well, I can put that under the belt with another... We'll see what happens to this one. I'm just going to wait and see what happens to this one. Also, that just going straight here without going to the arm at all is probably a problem too. But these are all problems we can solve later. Number one problem, get the gold fruit not wasted. I don't really care about extracting them. Okay, that gets bounced back into the... Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so let's do this. Let's break these. We can set it up properly later. Let's actually take these out too. Take this out. Cease the farm. Cease. Actually, we're probably good to let it go. So this is 2, 1, 2, 3. 3 can go in here. If we send these back and forth... Sorry, I'm like working on Factorio rules in my inventory. Like this. That'll send it that way, though. It's probably fine. Then we filter both of these for gold. We are now trying to force gold into these. Which is probably fine. So, how are we then going to fill them with the normal ones? That's a problem! The gap could be... Whoops. The gap can't be here. The extractor needs to cover it. Maybe I try that design over here. Okay. So, the extractor needs to cover all 5 of those. Yeah. Oh, but that's... Oh! I'll figure it out. Hold on. Let's just lay the belts. Oh, the belts are laid. Let's lay the rest of the belts. And just try not to think about it. Okay. Extractor. That'll cover all 5 of these. I can't turn it on yet, because that's full. The seed extractor we can put here. With another one of these. That'll probably be fine, because this will pull the gold ones out first. Except, no, it won't. Because now it's not centered. We can offset this a little. Oh, but then it'll be biased towards the other end. Problems. Problems. Also, let's run wires underneath all these belts just in case. I know they're daisy chained together, but I'm going to forget where those are. So as long as that's there as a failsafe, I'm never gonna... It's just for debugging, right? I can cut down on material costs later. That's working sort of as intended now, except both of these are only set to gold. I do want gold in first. Actually, let's see what we can do. That'll take the normal ones now, but then it won't go anywhere. I could run another one of these, like this, and filter this for normal fruit, and then pop another one of these down. I keep trying to use the factorial controls. Pop another one of these down, and that'll go into this. But maybe it's not the greatest that... Oh, we're gonna need another extractor as well. Like that, and set that to this. That's too much filtering! There's so much going on! Okay, so these will bounce the gold back and forth. These will hopefully pull the normal fruit off the thing. This should pull any extra fruit back into the system to become seeds. In theory, without thinking too hard, in theory this works. It does put pressure on two of the things. Get rid of that. It does put pressure on two of the things to sorry. It does make sure that only two of these go into this. Oh, no, that's kind of covered. I might have fixed it? Maybe? We're gonna have to let that run. Unfortunately, that's just a thing. There's no accelerators or anything. We can't just make the plants grow. That's what took me so long to get this design working in the first place. But that is where the fail point is, so I don't need to build the rest of the system to test these. Whoops, sorry. I bumped the microphone with my thermos. 5 years of having this thing in my face, you'd think I'd be used to it. Also, speaking of... That's actually physically low. Hold on. That might be a bit better. So let me check something real quick. Still no response. This is fine. All right. At least the game doesn't mute when I tab out. Oh, I don't like that the red ones are in there, but that's fine, probably. No, it's not fine. It's not fine, because the red ones are still going to go before that gold one at the back there. No, it won't. Well, I mean, it still might. The whole farm could empty out and go in there. Ah! That's a problem. I could try to set up another item extractor. Just to try to yoink them out of the farm as fast as possible. Let's see. Will these arms output behind them if there's an item extractor there? Item collector. It should, but then there'll be nothing on the belt Problems. Very silly problems. Because I could use one to cover the 5x5. But that wouldn't work the best. Because I'd still have a spot. And I don't think I can change the layout of the arms without losing a spot of plant. Because that gold one is not getting in while there's a spot. I mean, it might. It might. But if all of these grow before the gold one, it won't. Oh, but it looks like we're going to get a chance to watch it. All these other fruit are only slightly behind it. They do go 2x2. Yeah. That's going to fill up. If they go 2x2, that's one in here. And then these are another. And then these are another. So then that's all of these are just going to go straight to the seed extractor. Because it's not going to be empty in time. Man! This is hard! This is actually difficult. And I can't set this to only receive gold fruit, because gold fruit don't grow at a 50% rate. This is a problem. Like an actual problem. Oh wait, if it grows? No, it won't grow. And if I set the top half of the farm to handle, or rather, if I set half the farm to handle the top and then half to handle the bottom, it'll just end up being the same. 4 fruit will get in, which will leave the remaining 4 fruit. So it's really just first come, first serve. And it depends on the grow speed. So it's not even the pull speed of the belts or item collectors. Yeah, see? That's gonna get in before the gold gets a chance to grow. That's a problem. I thought I had something with these item collectors, but I just don't. Oh man. And if I set up a special farm to only be gold, that's still taking out more fruit than is getting back in. I don't think there is a solution. There might just straight up not be a solution. They might have done that on purpose, specifically to make automation inconvenient. It feels like that's the reason they did that. That should go through the whole loop. Yeah. And now only... But if it gets to that gold one... You know, we'll wait and see. It does depend on the grow rate, but if they all grow at once, then it's basically cooked. The first 8 to get into the baskets. It might still decay just slower. But we'll see. Part of the testing process is just letting it run, unfortunately. And it does take a while. I guess I could try to iterate over here while I'm at it. Change of topic, but when Tarnished Edition releases, I plan on making my Ebenezer Scrooge build in Elden Ring. I prep this build every time the end of the year trust year. True, I do Cinder Klaus. Two sides of the same coin. I'm not good enough at PvP in Elden Ring to punish people who aren't nice, though. I think at best I won't even be able to get a boulder heave off, and there's not a rubbish item that you can drop for people either. I'm just straight up not good at PvP in Elden Ring. The problem is, in my opinion, Elden Ring's balance is really bad. It's really hard to PvP in that. Whoa, in that game, if you're kind of trying to avoid anything ridiculously overpowered. G9 invaded Mr. Scrooge one time. Poor Scrooge got clapped. Yeah. I was a summon for a host who got invaded by Chase the Bro one time. And the fight was pretty fun. It was like way in my early days of Dark Souls 3 PvP. He just one comboed me with the Black Knight Great Axe when he was starting to get ganked. Which, fair. But that's like my only. Yeah, that gold fruit just didn't make. Well, it is now stuck in the loop. It is now stuck in the loop. As soon as a space is clear, that's gonna get filled by the gold one. Am I actually smart? Wait, nothing's extracting the worms. Let's go ahead and just extract worms. There. No, that takes the... Oh, that's a problem. I'm gonna have to set that slightly further away. I'm gonna have to set that over here, where it won't reach. Yeah, let's go put the gold fruit back. Well, yeah. Yeah, because it's putting it in the corner down here. Okay, that might have solved the problem. Maybe. If we spread it out slightly, we'll be able to fit the arms into the same... Ah, but then these won't be able to reach it. I'm just gonna let it go for a while. That should be enough. Because as soon as the spot's cleared, it's gonna try to force the gold one in. This might be the solution. Come on, farm, I believe in you. I believe. It does take the critter catchers a while. I think it takes them the equivalent of one full harvest. Which is fine. I just really hope this works. If it works, I'm gonna call it solved. Come on, little gold fruit, I believe in you. It just has to make it in before any red ones do. Also, I already have to refill my thermos. One moment. All right. I think... What the heck? Why does it do the seeds? Why does it do the seeds? No! Don't do the seed! I'm gonna have to use item extractors temporarily, probably. Okay, those have gone through. I don't know if those would have gone through, but those have now gone through. I didn't want to have a fully item extractor farm, but we can figure it out later. For now, let's also set these to be... Wait, where's that facing? Oh, it's facing up. Okay. We'll set... Whoops. We'll set this to reds. And we'll set this to red. Wait a minute. That'll take priority over the one in the arm. Well, we'll set it to reds anyway. Let's get out of here. Hey! The gold got in! Okay. We'll just let that run now. We need to make sure that it stays consistent. Although, we do now have that arm problem to solve. Because the seeds don't make it all the way around. We could pull it down and then use another item grabber. I don't want to do that either. I like having the arms for that. I think maybe having the extractor here and then having it bounce through here and come out the other side it would be good. No, but it would need to put it back onto the belt in the same place. Okay, so let's go over here and try this. We can run a second design. Let's just make sure that all these wires are laid. Just in case I need these. I probably won't. But I want to make sure it's all covered. Okay. So let's pull these off. I want the seed extractor to be here, I think. Which means... Whoops. We're going to need to do that. No. This. Because that'll put it right into one of these. The critter catcher. And then we want the bounce back and forth, because that seems to work. That does seem to be the solution here. Weather's getting bad, might lose power. Ah, I hope you don't, Sun Squire. I hope you stay nice and good. But if you do, thanks for dropping by. And stay safe. Do with some rain up here. Oh man, I like winter the most, I think. Especially, oh, they wiggle. That's so cool. Especially at night, when you can see everything and it's very quiet because there's nobody out. Nobody likes night driving in the middle of. Well, some people seem to. But you know. I like how much light the snow on the ground catches. And makes nighttime like the perfect time for a nice walk. Okay, so extracting these onto there doesn't make much sense. We could put it up here, but then the seeds wouldn't make it all the way around. That's a bit of a problem. We could do it... No, doing it backwards wouldn't make sense either. I might have to rotate these. I didn't think about this. I might need to rotate them like that. Because this extraction point just isn't good. I can't have seeds making it into the system. Let's go ahead and pop one of these down, actually. For now, we'll do that too. We'll hook them up. We'll filter both of these for gold before I get the system running. I know they lack power. We'll do that. And then... Oh, but how are we going to get the red ones over there? We'll have to do another one of these. As demonstrated before. And then another one of these. Like so, whoops. Like so. But then that'll take seeds. That's the problem. And I don't want to have it entirely item collector powered. There's nothing really wrong with it. They just use resources. I guess if I treat the item collectors like an upgrade path for the arms, it's not too big a deal. If I treat the item collectors like an upgrade path for the arms. Oh, but the problem is you won't be able to tile the farm if you do this. Because they occupy 5 by 5. That means they stick out to they occupy all this space. Which means you would need to, well, two tiles between them wouldn't be too bad. That means these farms could be one tile closer together. That's not too bad. But having the one tile gap means that you can just have the wall between them, which I like myself. But we'll treat that as a problem that can be solved later. For now, I do want to see if this would work. So this one's pulling red ones. You do have to set up a lot of filters, though. Oh, it's doing it. Wait, why is it doing it? Oh, the overlap. Oh, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem now. It's going to be yanking that red one back and forth until it goes in. That's why I don't want these the item collectors, I guess. Yeah, that's a problem. Put one of these down, though. Is that one not getting powered? There we go. I was missing one of the weird spot. But then that'll still grab seeds. That'll still grab seeds. The overlap's not the best. Yeah, I'm fine with this one being there. That makes sure that all the extras end up back of the belt. But can you filter the arms? Actually, you can. I'm stupid. You can filter the arms. Okay, that's just straight up not a problem. I didn't know you could filter the arms. This whole time I'm just sitting here going, yeah, oh well, can't do anything about it. Now it'll work. There we go. I forgot to ask about using the arm filters. I had no idea that filters. What in the world is that? This is an attempt at fixing my self-contained. Oh, it's become empty. Okay, that's 2 of them. Let me put 6 more in. It's my attempt to, this is Core Keeper, and this is my attempt at a, what did I call it in the short? What did I call it? I didn't call it self-contained. Did I call it self-contained? I have to check now. This is going to bug me forever if I don't check. Self-sustained. There we go. Close enough. So the idea for this is that the half of the fruit, Miss Xena, goes into a critter catcher, which gets turned into worms, which will then get sent to fish nets, which the only completed farm I have set up is over here, which will get sent to fish nets, which will catch fish. And because of the ratios, it's a 16 plant farm. So 8 of those will go to the critter catchers, and then 8 of those will... Why is there a really loud truck right this minute? It's so loud. Okay, so because of the ratios, it's 16 plants. 8 of those will go to the critter catchers. 8 of those will get turned into seeds. But the seed extractor always takes 2 seed, or always takes 1 plant and gives, always takes 1 plant and gives 2 seeds. So 8 plants are enough to refill the 16 plant farm. While the other 8 goes and turns into worms, which turns into fish. It's 1-to-1 from here on. So in exchange for 1 worm, you get 1 fish. In exchange for 1 plant, you get 1 worm. So the ratio, what Peter thinks the average farm looks like, this is... They probably think the average farm looks worse. I feel like this is pretty tame. But the automation in Core Keeper is really inefficient. I feel like they made it slightly inefficient so that it was more like something you can do, and the trade-off is that it's automatic. But you do lose like half of your farming space. Or no, it's a third. You lose a full third of your farming space. You lose more than half your yield. Because when you farm stuff manually, you get like twice the drops. And when you farm stuff manually, you also get seeds. You don't have to turn fruit into seeds. So you get your full farm, and then enough seeds to refill the full thing. And you double the fruit. But with the automation, it's just automated. And you get more gold fruit if you plant it manually. But I like the automation, so that's why I'm doing this. But this one has a flaw where you see down here, there's a splitter. So half of the fruit will go one way or the other. But that means sometimes it'll send gold ones to the seed extractor, but gold ones don't turn into seeds. They turn into gold ore. So I'm pulling them out. But the problem with that is, now I have 1 less fruit in the system, which means 2 less seeds. But with the 50-50, it technically translates to 1 less seed. Which means this just slowly loses capacity over time. And that's what I'm trying to fix. I think I have it fixed now. Going over here. I think this one fixes that problem. He was just casually becoming a mechanical engineer in order to grow cabbages. These are actually heartberries. But yeah, technically it's just to catch fish. These are not plant farms. I mean, they technically are if you don't bother with the... Oh, no, you can't, because the gold fruit. These are how I'm handling the gold fruit. Oh. Never mind, it's just a worm and or fish farm. It can't be plant farms. I just turn pointed floor tiles into scrap and sell the scrap if I want gold. Basically getting gold from dirt. In Core Keeper? I set up a mining rig around gold ore boulders, so I'm pretty set on gold. If I go over here... let's see. Scrap, currency, ore. Whoops. I'm pretty good on ore. I set up, you get something like what is it? You get something like 1,600 or 16,000? I don't remember. You get something like 1,600 ore from one ore boulder. One scrap is 1 coin, and it's super easy to get tons of scrap easy. Oh, I've got... I've got plenty of that, too. I'm pretty good. I am not concerned by most things. I just find the fishing to be a little tedious, so I wanted the automatic farm to do it. While I'm out adventuring. It looks like this fully replenished. That's good. We need to wait. Wait, is there one here? I can't tell. I'm gonna go put, there. Let's just let that run through. Okay, there must be. There must be. I can't see, though. I didn't know the arms had filters. I feel so dumb. Which means I can now bump these closer. Whoops. I mean, not really whoops, but like... But that means I can do that. No. Oh. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now I can do that. And it won't grab the gold. Let's go. I like when it's symmetrical. I just enjoy when it's symmetrical. I do kind of wish you could shrink the fields of these. It would be rather convenient if they didn't dip into the wall. But I guess dipping into the wall is fine because nothing should ever be in the wall. Oh, but it's a problem if I shrink the design. It is a problem if I turn it this way. Because these, if I bust these, oh. Let's not power it. Actually, let's get rid of these. Turns out I didn't need all this space to solve this problem. Okay. So if I do this, whoops. And then I have these. And then let's power this. Yeah, those will stick out through a wall. If I have the wall... Whoops. I know my controls. I know what button it is to do stuff. If I have these here, you can see that it sticks out on this side. Which is not ideal. Because that means they're going to be overlapping by, like, 3 full tiles. The dirt. Oh, right, I didn't filter it. You know what? Let's filter it. I could probably do something like... Let's see. I could probably stick the critter catchers out this far? And then have them... Where are they? Like... this? And then they'll only overlap by 1? Like if I do that. Yeah. Now they only overlap by 1, and that'll be the wall tile. So that's fine for me. If I had to change the design, that's fine for me. And since the other things are filtered, I can... Whoops. Since the other arms would be filtered, I could... Whoops. Oh, that's a problem. I keep forgetting to filter these. I forgot the red arms had filters to begin with. Oh, I need to bump these down as well. Like that. No, get rid of that! Why? Okay, whoops. Like that. Okay, they point towards the output, but that's not the way the arrow faces. Gotcha, so they're pulling from where the placement arrow is facing. Okay, a little bit confusing for me, but I'll try to remember it. So this will go down in theory. These will yoink the gold ones back and forth, which is ideal. They're not filtered for gold because I don't have any, but let's go grab one. Right. So this should, ideally, put the gold ones in and just constantly try to bounce those back and forth. And then we're going to have the arms filtered for the red ones. I don't like how far this is going to be over there, but that's probably fine. If I bump these down, it'll also be fine. Oh, but that won't grab the gold ones off the belt. It would be nice to have the filters be able to have more than one item in them. In my opinion, that'd be nice. Uh-oh. Is this one decaying? Why is it decaying? Oh, it's not. It just hasn't gone through a full cycle. Okay. That should be fine to keep going. I was a little concerned. I thought this space was just empty after a full cycle. It does not appear to have even gone through a full cycle. Unfortunately, testing these means leaving them running for like hours and making sure that nothing bad happens. That's how I discovered the decay last time. The gold rot, as I dubbed it. Also, my chair is off-center, and I'm just sitting slightly off-center of my chair. Hold on. Instead of moving the chair, I moved the Greaves. Alright, if that works, I can just work on a slightly more elegant design. Or slightly less garbage. However you want to phrase it. Let's go this way. Pop that. It should be extracting like this. Yes. Do gold. Do gold. Ah, but now that won't. I kind of wanted to bounce the reds back and forth. Because I kind of need them to go like that. Or come back to the belt. See, this one seems fine because it goes through the full belt. Right, the seeds the seeds travel the full length of the belt. And then, well, these ones technically should be going that way. And then that should be extracted there. Ah! Well, that's a problem I have to solve as well. There's always something! There's always something. Also, is the sound crackly? If it's crackly, Sun Squad's gonna tell me, because that's not you. That's the game capture. So if it is crackly, I must know. But if I change the direction of this, it won't put the seeds all the way through. That's the problem as well. Maybe I gotta move the whole system lower. And have the seed extractors elsewhere. I'm gonna try that. If I move this all lower, and then say... Ah, but how would I pull the red ones out? We'll do it over here. Oh no, but it won't. It has to go through it has to go through these. It has to. It has to. I have to move these up. Down is not the solution. They must be, well, not that high. They must be up here. And then the mechanical arms need to extract them. But I don't like the way this is going. Whoop, not that way. This way. And then... Let's just use another mechanical arm. And then if it gets over here... this would just put it back in the belt. Maybe I stagger them. I won't like how it looks, but maybe I stagger them and pull it downwards into... Yeah, I really won't like how this looks. Like that. Oh, no. Okay. Let's pop it over here. I don't like this. No. It's gotta be symmetrical. I'm not even that bound to symmetry, but it just doesn't look good if I don't. It's gotta look good. I'm sure there are efficiency problems. But if popping it there, I could put it back on the thing and send it up to a seed extractor. Or like, I put another arm here. That looks so terrible. This looks so terrible, but it might work. It looks like an absolute mess. That'll work though. It goes through the whole system before it gets onto there. Let's set these to gold. This to gold. This to red. This to red. This also to red. Oh my goodness. Not this, though. This has to be moved over. I could swap this side that arm is on. That would be fine, but that would look weird. It has to be symmetrical. I could just suck it up and turn the whole design, but I could just also do that over here instead. Oh, we finally have a gold one. Let's go. We're gonna be able to see the decay, probably. Or lack thereof. Hopefully I solved that problem. Now it's just this one. It might be fine on the wide design. Because that puts the gap here. And that's where that is. So that works. Or it would work. I can't copy paste this either. I can't just like select this setup and or select from here to here, paste that here, and then select here to here and paste that here. That would make it so quick. But this is a sandbox game that just happens to have some automation, so I don't mind. With all that running though, I could hook this up. Let's get rid of... Wait, can we use a lever to turn off an engine? It might be huge. There's so many worms over here. Okay. We'll check this out. Or we'll try this out. If I can remember where it is. There it is. What a terrible spot. Here we go. Does this work, I wonder? No. Let's replace the engine with a lever? Yeah. Okay. Let's put some wires down. Okay. And now if we turn this on... wait, we need a worm... We need the worm arms. Like... So... I don't like that they're up there. This is fine. This is fine. They're not powered either. We need... wire. Like that. Okay, let's turn it on. Moment of truth. And the arm does not work well over there. Yeah, I kind of... Whoa. Okay, that's kind of good. It's passing it that way, but that's not ideal. Let's circle around and grab this. It should be boinking the gold ones back and forth forever. Are these arms not powered? Oh, it doesn't make it that far. Right, the levers don't have as much power as the engines do. So to set up a switch, you'd need like an AND. Hold on. An AND gate. But I wonder if that would go as far as as far as the motors do. This is an AND gate. They don't call it that. They call it a logic circuit, but that's fine. What's the other one then? Ah, cross circuit. And a delay circuit. Delay circuit might be helpful. Not for this, I don't think, but it could be helpful. Alright, let's just test this. Oops. This outputs for how much wire? All of it. All of the wire. I can't quite tell if this one's extinguished or not. I would need a lantern. Oh, I do have a lamp. Lantern. Doesn't make it, doesn't make it. Does make it, okay. And now, let's try sending it through an AND gate. With a lever. Oh. With a lever. See if it gets the same reach. Oh, wait. It does! That's huge, actually. What would have happened if I flipped it? It probably takes the main power source from the back. So, let's do this. And then... this. Unless it just prioritizes the higher power, which would also be cool and very convenient for me. Yeah, it looks like it just prioritizes the higher power input. Okay, that's good. See, if I take this away and feed that in, yeah, it just prioritizes the higher power input. Let's go. That's huge. That lets me turn the whole farm on and off. If I do this intelligently, which, doesn't take it from both sides. Let's see. We'll do this, and we'll do this. If it does this, I can't have it where I want it. Yeah. That means I can't put it here, because both ends will power it infinitely. I would have to put it somewhere else. But that is bouncing... Oh, it's not extracting that. Wait. How was I going to deal with that? Because those aren't doing it. How was I going to get it into the seed extractor? I'm not sure what I had planned there. I don't want to use another item collector. That's just a problem that exists. Okay, I could instead have the... Actually, let's get rid of this. Put an engine down. Instead of having it up here, I could actually... Whoa. I could actually have it below. That's going to bounce the other gold fruit back and forth, too. Yes, okay. It waits until the very end. Oh, it missed it. Oh, because it's only set up for the... It's only set up for... Okay. It's only set up to grab that. Because I had to filter it for the seeds. Right, so we want it to grab... Whoops. We want it to grab anything. Oh, but that's the double wide. Let's just move over here. Let's just move over here. That one has issues. It's fine. We'll move over here. We'll start this one. That's why I set up these in the first place. Because this is what makes sense. Ah, no, this one's not tilted. Hold on. We need to tilt it. Let's grab the hoe. Let's make this a 3x3. Let's extract the wire. And then lightning the whole thing. Lightning! Okay. There we go. Let's do the arms first. This one's going to be the wide design, so we need the arms like this. Oops. That's not correct. I couldn't see the arrow. It's so pale. Whoops. There we go. And now this. We do the H for... Well, yeah, this one's a Roman 2. This one's just going to be an H. With 2 crosses. This is fine. Then we do this. Oops. Like that. Just for consistency. Then we run 12 of these. Okay. Belts. There we go. Do we want them going clockwise? I guess clockwise is appealing. Let's go this way. Okay. Hopefully I get this right. I feel like I've solved the problem, and I'm just really close to some sort of breakthrough. These will grab the seeds as they come through, so that's fine. This blank spot should be my seed extraction, not seed extraction, fruit extraction arm, which should output into here, which should then output across the way? Is that what I'm doing? Into there. Then what? These will extract like that. This will be gold. This will be gold. So that those forever stay looping. This doesn't necessarily have to be the red fruit. It can be that. As long as seeds don't get through. Which is a big if. But that's probably fine. And then red fruit are going to end up there. And those should be put into the seed extractor. So, do we want another one of these? Like that. Well, it'll have to be like down here. Well, that still puts it out onto, that still pulls it from the belt. Because it's 5x5. That would have to be all the way down here. So that's not going to work for me. That's not ideal. We would need a way to pull it off. If I could just set the clear filter. Yeah. If I could just set the extraction radius like I can with the hoe. You can see how I can change the size of that. If I could just set the extraction radius from like 1x1, 3x3, 5x5, that sort of thing, so that it's always centered. That would be ideal, I think. I could push that up here and have it be 3x3. Well, I could put it up here and have it be 3x3. But for now, that's a problem. This is basically programming, I guess. There's always more problems, more bugs to fix. Ha. Because if we put it back on the line, it's not gonna be good. We could maybe... No, we can't put another item extractor over here. Or an item collector over here. Because that would collect it from the belt as well. This is a weird problem. This is a weird problem. And we specifically don't need... We need this one to not collect from the middle as well. So we would need it, like... over here. Which would then dip into this space quite a bit. By the 2 full tiles. And we can't have that. We want, at most, 1 tile of overlap. We're okay with it going on the wall. Let's see. I keep just skipping it. We're okay with it overlapping on the wall. But we can't have it crossing it, which that would do. So that's a problem. Let's put more walls here as well. Just as a very clear visual indicator of the constraints we're working with. It has to be contained. I would like to be able to tile these with different waters. Because I believe putting different waters underneath the fishing nets actually changes the kinds of fish you get. As I understand it, that's how it works. This seems to be going, though. It does the full loop. I just wasn't content with the layout here. What was the problem here, actually? I don't remember. What was the problem? Because it wasn't the overlap. It's only overlapping by the 1 tile. Which is the wall tile. What was the problem with this one? I guess I was just trying different designs to see if this one still decayed or something? Or while I was waiting to see if this one still decayed? I don't remember. Let's see how many seeds are in here. 2, so that's 4. And then, oh, yeah, these ones are full. And then that's 4. Huh! So this might be fixed, actually. I just probably don't like the position of this. Well, that's stupid. It just works. And then I think we can just have the fish farms immediately right beneath that. Yeah, instead of all this mess, we can just grab the fish farms. And put them here. I think that's more compact. Let's grab the fishing nets. There's no water. Let's grab some. I have a bucket. Yeah. Dear God. There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go! I think... Yeah, it's 2 by 2, so that should just fill it up. Although, if there's any extra worms, those are... we might need more extractors or whatever. Item thingies to just bounce the worms back and forth. That's probably fine. It's not ideal, but it's probably fine. Worked. Actually, what happens if there's nothing to pull the worms out? How close are these to... I can't tell. Do the worms just sit on top of there? Because if they do... Eh? Okay, so that's there. Let's see what I can do. Can I use an item collector for that? Oops. Go for worm? No. No. So I do need the arms for those. Specifically. I don't think you need to filter for the worms specifically. It should just be able to grab stuff. No, you do. Because of this. Because of this. Just because of where that is. I guess it wouldn't hurt to have another setup, because by the time you're doing this, you're probably fine on these resources. Let's just have another bounce back and forth. But with... Oh, I can't reach the other one. But with worms... specifically, that's fine too. It's on the wall overlap, that's fine. That'll just loop those back and forth. And then we can finally extract the fish, I think. Yes, okay. But with arms this time. I think it's fine if we do this. Let's also run more power. Get rid of this. Actually, we can do this with the hoe. We have collected enough data on both of these that I'm fine. I do think I want to use the straight on design. Oh, I can't do levers? Ah. Good to know. I do like the straight on design. It probably works. I think the engines up here though? Yeah. I don't know how far the power will reach, but we'll find out. This appears to be good. I do kind of want to spread the fish farms out slightly, so that I can put the collection chest in the same spot. Because this one is sending them both to belts. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to have these slightly separated. So that we can have the collection chest in one place. And we can do that with the sideways design. Let's go. Stuff might actually be working out. Where's my shovel? There it is. This is fine. This is fine. Because it's still one tile away. And we just move these slightly further apart. That's not a big deal. Still not used to the way these hotbars work. It's fine. Do that. We grab arms. Filter this for... Well, I don't need to filter that for worms, because they're slightly further apart now. We don't need to filter those. Let's go! And then we do need these item collectors. They're slightly further apart now. We do need these filtered for worms. And now it's symmetrical instead of stacked. And then finally, we can have 2 more arms. That'll take the fish and output into what chest? Let's where's my chest? Huh? What if it pulls out fruit out of the bug catcher? It won't. It won't. So these things will only put it into the adjacent tile. So they won't pull the gold fruit out, and they don't pull the normal crop out. See, no matter where I put this, it's not getting pulled out. And this one's not even filtered. There you go. I'm at the arms? Yeah, I'm looking at the arms. The arm won't pull anything out of the critter catcher. I don't like that one's over there, though. Oh? Huh? Yeah! Let's shove this aside. I think I can move this. These ones do have to be filtered for the plant. That's fine. It's a little bit awkward, but it's fine. And then I think I can put that here. Hooray! A little bit more symmetry. We can't get in here for maintenance, but that's fine. Hopefully we don't need to. And we could probably use the teleport thingy. Where's the... This. No! It doesn't work! Okay, I thought it would go through solid blocks. If I want worms, I just have a grub pen, the entire area, including outside. The grub enemy farm produces tons of free worms. Yeah, but this is specifically so that I never have to touch the farm. I can just come by, grab fish, and leave. And I don't have to replenish the fruit, and I don't have to replenish the seeds, and I don't have to replenish the worms. This is just so I don't have to touch anything. Let's go grab a chest though. Specifically, I just wanted to be able to go adventuring. Although I think the simulation distance is not infinite. So I just wanted to be able to do other stuff while leaving this to do whatever. There. So now that's gonna put 2 seeds in. Does this decay still? Does this still decay? Let's get rid of that. Hold on. Hold on. I don't think I like this. No, it's just that these haven't grown. Well, it's too late now. Okay, let me just recycle these. Let's fill the farm all at once. My bad. I kind of jumped the shark gun. What's the term here? Okay. Gun? Okay. I don't know terms. Phrases are not something I have much knowledge of. That was like half full, right? That was probably fine. Okay. But this might actually be done. It only took 2.5 hours to get to this design, and I didn't even use the other ones really. I just started working on them, and I'm like, wait a minute. I think I did want to try a vertical design, but that one, the horizontal one, just ended up working better. That's so much more compact, I think. If I go over here, you can see just how tall this design was. Like, yeah, it was thin, but boy, was it tall. And I think there's more wasted space around here than there is in this one. Yeah, what's this, like 9 tiles? Maybe 10, if you can't, 11 if you count these as wasted, but like, I don't really. And then over here, that's a lot more than that. Well, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ha! But this one rots, so this one doesn't. Or at least does not appear to at the moment. And it all fits on one screen. That's nice. Huh. And I do like that the output chest is down here without having to have, like, extra arms. Like, these are the arms that are required. And there's no overlap. Well, there is, like, 1 tile overlap, but it's fine. I would separate these with a wall anyway, because you need to have them 1 tile apart anyway, because so that the water doesn't touch. Because water spreads. If you have, like, specific types of water, they'll spread to other water. So you need that 1 tile anyway. This design is better than I set out for it to be. Let's go. Oh, we have 2 goldies in there. That's good. We're going to get even more demonstration. I just have to sit here and watch it. They take so long. And seeds and stuff make it all the way around. We fixed all the problems. Let's go. I'm sure there's a way that you could compact this into like a weird staggered design. I'll go grab another critter catcher. I'm curious now. I think you could. Whoop. And squash it slightly more and waste slightly less. How's my horrible automation treating you? Actually, pretty good. I solved all the problems, and now I'm just like doing something silly. Where the heck is the... That's not what I need, but I'll grab one just to have an even number. Critter catcher is probably the pet table. Where the heck is that? Here. Yeah. Right now I'm playing Salt and Sacrifice, getting nuked by a clockwork sorcerer. Ah, neat. Sounds neat. Alright, so this... Let's just try to compress it. Actually, let's show Menti. So here you go, Menti. This is actually the completed design. This solves multiple problems. And it doesn't have gold rot. So all the fruit goes to the critter catchers first. Did you use a picker for the gold ones? Technically, no. I did use an item collector. The item collectors are filtered for the gold ones. The item arms are filtered for the red ones. I did that because the seeds still have to come through. If I was just doing a one-arm output like this, I wouldn't have bothered filtering it. But because I need to have it on the same belt as the seeds. That is what I meant, yes? Yeah. Because I needed to... Wait a minute. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, what are these doing then? Hold on. I don't think I know what I'm talking about. Hold on. These ones are filtered for reds. Oh yeah. So this arm. Okay, hold on. So when these collect the fruit, they'll go onto the belt. This arm will put a red here into this corner, and then that won't go anywhere until this puts it back on the belt. And then this arm will bring it into there, and then this will pop it back up there, and then that'll go into the seed extractor. And then these ones throw the gold ones back and forth until they're forced into a spot. That way, they're always going to be in the system, and they're always going to be turned into worms. So, that's gold fruit dealt with. That was what was causing the rot. But also, it kind of shrunk the design. You can see that it fits on screen with like 3 tiles to spare. Actually, let's try to inch. I think my movement speed won't allow me to inch. Oh, there we go! 1 pixel or 2 pixels off. It fits on screen with 3 tiles to spare. Versus, if we go over to the one that rots... This one doesn't fit on screen at all. half of it sticks off the screen, in fact. So having it all fit on screen is very nice. This is the wrong one. Having it all fit on screen is very nice. And I was just gonna see if I could somehow stagger this design to squish it up even more. So what I was kind of thinking is, I don't actually want to place these, hold on. Is something like, let's see, I need 3 tiles wide. Something like this. With the fish farms in, yeah, we'll just use the shovel. With the fish farms in like these spaces. That doesn't work, actually, in retrospect. That doesn't actually work. Just use the arms, no? What are you talking about? Use more arms? Oh. It was more... I was thinking of trying to squish these up. So like this. But that doesn't really... Well, I could maybe... Hold on. I'm still thinking. I'm like trying to solve problems that don't exist now for diagonal movement, basically. So if I use the item extractors, that does a 5x5. So these 2 would work. I think they're backwards though. paper backwards. Okay. So these two item extractors would work. Or item collectors would work. And then I could have the arms like... Whoops. What am I doing? Then I could have the arms like this. Right? That would work. Use arm to take from top right of the critter net. Top right. And then place that somewhere. Then another arm to place it into the fish net. Nah, that would only shrink it by 1 tile. What I'm thinking would shrink it by like 3. This might work. I would need another arm to maybe plonk it down. Hold on. So to put it in... maybe this wouldn't work. Maybe this wouldn't work. That would have to shrink it by 1? Nah, I don't mind it being one tile taller. I could probably even... To shrink it by 1, I could probably just spread these out a little bit. To make it less vertical and 1 more square. Nah, I can't make it wider. That's why I was thinking, like, these have to still be 3 tiles apart, like they are here. But then they wouldn't output into the same chest, so it would be slightly awkward anyway. To have them output into the same chest, I would then have to do this. Which I don't like. I mean, it would work. It would make it smaller. I don't have a chest, so let's just pretend this belt is a chest. It would technically shrink the design, and it's still symmetrical. So it does fit within my parameters, except I don't know how to bounce the fruit back and forth. The goldies, specifically. The gold fruit does need to get bounced back and forth. But this is now within the 4 tiles, within the 5 tiles this will reach. If I use an item extractor... Oh, but they're not... That wouldn't work. I would need the gold... I would need the red ones to be able to go in as well. I think I am onto something, but I'm gonna have to come back to... No, we have time. We have 40 minutes. So... I'm perfectly content with this design. As you can see, it's bouncing the gold fruit back and forth. That'll get forced into a spot before a red one can take it. Or it'll sit there until it can get forced into a spot before a red one can take it. Which is fine in my opinion. So if I go around and check, there should now be enough... There's 5, 6, 7... Where's the 8th? Oh, the 8th is here. Okay. That shouldn't rot. It'll take a spot before another red one gets to take it. It does appear to be rotting, though. I know that's the 8th fruit. It should take a spot before a red one can next cycle. It might balance out. I have to let this run for many cycles to confirm whether that's properly fixed. But it seems to be properly fixed. I mean, I hope it is. You picked up 2 seeds? Did I? Well, I'll put a fruit in there just in case. I'm pretty sure the one that's bouncing back and forth would have been those 2 seeds. Yes? Okay, well, there we go. That's in there, and I'm going to make sure that I don't have any, so that I'll see properly. But I'm pretty sure the fruit that's bouncing back and forth would have been the 8th. No, I mean, the machine was just done, and you were explaining? Oh! I'll have to look back. That'd be so stupid. Oh, boy. It probably was the case. So you didn't notice that you instantly picked it up? Probably. Now that I don't have any seeds in my inventory, it should be fine. I am kind of like thinking about this though. Because that would shrink 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles into potentially... Oh, wait. Because it counts the chest as well. That'd still be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, okay. So this isn't any more compact. But I was thinking about it. I think this is fine. Because you do have to count all the tiles. Where the heck... Ah. It was one down. And I went up. Whoop. Well. This is fine. There we go. So that's the completed design then. That fruit's just gonna bounce back and forth. Until it gets in. And then the fish should be going in here. Oh, well, the fish will be going in there. I think I can take it. I think I can deconstruct these other ones now. I don't need these. I don't need these. I ended up fixing it on the first farm. It took a few iterations of this little thing, I think. And then messing around with filters. But that's, what, 4, 5, 6 item extractors? Item collectors? I was using 3 over here. Just because I didn't want to use... I'm using like 8 arms, though. Why not use the deconstructor gun? I didn't want to accidentally, like, hit a single tile of, like, a wall and punch through and start breaking other stuff. It's fast, but it's chaotic. Where's the curtain? There we go. Because it's fast, but you can very easily just, like, punch through the wall. Alright, I can't believe we fixed it! Let's go. Oh yeah, so if you farm stuff manually, right? Let's go to the hoe and switch to... Ah, I'm wearing it. So, I get double the fruit and I get all of the seeds. Just build stronger wall, SMH. I get double the fruit and all the seeds. But with farming, you only get 1 fruit. And then you have to extract seeds. And you don't get as many golds. I'm fine with... I would be fine if farming didn't give you any golds. Sorry, I'd be fine if automation didn't give you any golds. But because it does, we had to fix the farm design. But now it's fixed! Let's go. I'm happy with that. As long as it's actually fixed. I have to let it run for like several hours off stream. Because I think the plants grow on a 15-minute cycle or something. And I have to let it go through multiple cycles. To see for sure. But I think this is the design I'll be going forward with. And it all fits on screen, which is extremely convenient. Can I stand in the middle, actually? Can I stand, like... No, I can't really walk through here. Can I stand up here without affecting it? No. I can stand on that engine thing, I think, without affecting it. Or, like, here. Oh, but then it doesn't fit on screen up here. Maybe I can rotate it. I can figure out a way to turn it into a clip. I'll figure it out later. I'll figure it out later. I'm just happy to have fixed it. Assuming it is fixed. And then you can use the empty space to put, like, lights down or something. I would probably ceiling punch it. Where's my ceiling puncher? So that it's dark everywhere but the fruit spaces. Let's see. so it's dark everywhere but the farm? Because ceiling punching affects performance. If you have a lot of ceiling punched places, it can make it slightly laggy. So something like... I can't quite reach. Maybe this is fine. So something like that, with the farm visible, although I would probably ceiling punch the belt as well. Oops. I think the gold one got in. Yeah, it did. It finally got in. Also, there's something over here that's... Huh? Oh, that was a fish. There we go. We ceiling punch that. And then this. Just make sure we get all the tracks. Like this. Oops. I'm not too worried about the durability. I have so much scrap. There we go. We've got the farm illuminated. And then I would probably just put a couple lights in here. Maybe on these arms. Or something. I don't know. I like that. It shows the important part. The rest doesn't really matter. I guess you could ceiling punch the... here. Just to see the status. And then the same with the fish. Like that. Oh, I get it, because it's a hole punch. I get it. I don't know if that's intended, but I get it. And then you would just show up, grab whatever. It's work. I just have to... Oh, no. It might rot. It might still rot. Although that gold should be occupying a spot where... it might still rot. On paper, right, that gold will prevent a red from getting in, which would force it to go back into the seed loop, which means no rot. On paper. Again, I'll have to let it run. I will just let it run. But if it works, unfortunately it's on a 15-minute cycle, so I'm only going to get like one cycle out of this. But if it works, then I'm going to be posting the, I guess, not blueprint, but like instructions on how to build. It looks like it should work as expected. Everything's balanced through the item collectors as well. So if there's a worm, it'll just bounce back and forth until there's a spot for it, etc., etc. But now it's a fully self-sustained automatic fish farm. Self-sustained, fully automatic fish farm. You gotta have the full, like the lengthy, the full name. It doesn't sound as cool if you just called it a fish farm. Come on. Do your stuff. The farm does kind of half empty to fill the critter catchers. And then the rest of it goes into the... Oh. Oh no, because it bounced back and forth. Right. Sorry, I got concerned for a second. So it will half empty to fill the critter catchers, and then half of it will go into the seed collector. You could probably fix that semi-permanently by starting it off with the full 16 fruit in the extractor, because then eight of them would constantly be cycling. Or like start it off with 4 extra or something so that half of it's constantly cycling. Either way, it should be enough to like 1-to-1 replenish everything it uses. But if you want it to be more, well, no, because these, you could probably start it with 8 extra, or 4 extra fruit, 8 extra seeds. Ah, but no, it wouldn't go anywhere. The seeds stop here. They wouldn't continue on. Well, this is my design. It can be iterated upon. That's the beauty of stuff like this. Someone out there will optimize the heck out of it. They'll get rid of all this extra space and make it fully or more efficient, I guess, by having the extra seeds circling around all the time. I don't know. Gaming communities are cool that way. There's always someone somewhere with a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more technical knowledge. Oh, what is this game about? It's just a sandbox, but I just wanted to automate. Did a Goldie make through? A Goldie made it through. I think that's gold. I think a Goldie made it through. I'm playing Mindustry because of... Oh, a Goldie didn't make it through. Never mind. Mindustry because of this game, factories and such. Ah. But yeah, Stallion bias? This is just a sandbox, like a... I wouldn't call it a survival. But you could think of it like Terraria. But, like, top down. Mindustry? Oh, that would make more sense, because it's like industry. Ah, so it's Mindustry. I get you. Because the minimal design... Ah, is it? None of these screenshots would tell you. Absolutely none of them. This looks like Factorio. You ever played Payday 2? Nope. But I have one of the songs from the soundtrack on my playlist. It's also ancient, but still updated. Ah. Let's go. That's always nice. See, now it's replenishing itself. It looks like I should be expecting 6 seeds to be in there. Wait, no, because it's 8. 1, 2, 3, so I should be expecting 5. I think it rots, Sunsquires. It might rot. It might rot. I didn't pick up any seeds. So I think it rots. I think even this design rots. After all that effort. Unless it's just a carryover until the next cycle. Because of the way I did the Goldies. I'm hoping it doesn't rot. Because the fruit to the fruit to worm ratio seems to be fine. But we're 1 fruit short again. And I didn't pick up any seeds. Huh. It might still rot. I have all the achievements on it? Oh, let's go. I have all of the achievements on Dark Souls. I believe all 3. And Elden Ring, but Elden Ring made it really easy. Elden Ring made it really easy. 1,328 achievements, by the way. Oh my gosh, I could never. I see like I see like 100 achievements and I'm like, no, I'm not even gonna bother. TF2 has so many achievements that I will just never get because I don't play anymore. And even when I was still playing, I probably wouldn't go for them. I'm concerned that this farm still rots, but I literally just have to sit here and let it go. That's the only way I can tell if it still rots. That's the only way I can tell. Paranoia. I mean, on paper, we were 1 fruit short that cycle. So there's gonna be 2 empty slots until these seeds come through. And even worse, if there are more goldies. But we're gonna find that out, I guess. On paper, the goldies in here would force more reds through, but if there keeps being gold crops, then I don't know. It might still rot. But I literally just won't know until I let it run for several hours. Took me 3,500 hours? Yeah, that checks out. I don't think I could play a game that long just achievement hunting. Yeah, see, look. The seed extractor isn't it? I'm pointing again. I'm a PNG. But the seed extractor, I can't not gesture. I literally can't not gesture. But the seed extractor isn't going, which means we're going to be 2 seeds short next cycle. Old man points at sun. Night points at screen, because that's definitely how microphones work. Oh man, you by the way have to think. I know, but I'm using my hands, Sun Squires. I'm using my hands. But this just doesn't feel natural. Just sitting here with I'm like moving my arm around slightly. All of that just to see my friend with 30k hours on Rust. That checks out too. That's why I called you old. I just like movement, which is another reason I'm thinking about like trying to get some sort of like headset mic. I can't. This thing requires that I sit like so close to it. I mean, it's funny when I go behind it and you Sun Squires can't hear me, or like I walk away to pet a cat. That's kind of funny. But if I go 3D, I'm gonna want something that's like sitting close to my mouth so I can get up. You know? Oh no, there are 2 worms in the system. No, but audio quality. I know. That's the problem. Well, I don't think my audio quality is that good to begin with, but you know. Okay, so 2 fish just came out of the system then. Huh. There's another Goldie, so we're gonna be another fruit short next cycle too. Oh, we're gonna be. Okay, this might rot. It might still rot, but slower. I'm concerned. I'm a little concerned. The gold rot, yeah. Huh. I'm like trying to think of how, if it does still rot, I'm trying to think of how I would even fix that at this point. Why not just get the small mics you snap onto your shirt? Lav mics? Because those are even worse than headset mics. Those will pick up like a pin dropping down the hall. They'll pick up more reverb than they will your voice. They're good for portability, but not so much for sound quality. Even worse than headset mics. At least that I've seen. I literally just have to sit here and watch this. I'm really hoping that this farm is fixed though. I'm really let's turn the lights back on, I guess. Where's the ceiling puncher? any of these are at risk of growing while I'm here, so I can just come through and ceiling punch everything. Here we go. I probably missed a couple spots, but this is fine. Huh. That might be a problem. Because again, I haven't picked up any seeds. And now it's going to be 2 fruit short next cycle without having... Well, maybe the golds will get in there first. Maybe I just need another... what are these called? Item collector. Maybe I just need another item collector to yoink the gold ones further down. To make sure that they get in there first. Like, maybe I need one here. I could build a second one. I could just copy this whole thing over and then build a second one with an item collector here for golds. To just bounce them straight in and have it bounce back and forth. Oh, but this goes up to here. So in theory, the golds would be taken off the belt first anyway. Huh. We'll see. This does require... What is happening with this... with the depth up here? Huh? I guess it is technically 3D. It is technically 3D. Because it's using like sprites projected onto 3D tiles, isn't it? I don't remember. That's how these two are Z-fighting, probably. Oh, those golds aren't going to make it in. Because they're just not going to grow fast enough, I don't think. That's a bit of a problem. I have to let you Sun Squads know at like 10 p.m. or something. Because at this point, it's looking like it still rots. The only way to tell is if I let it run for a while and it fills back up normally. That's like the only way to tell. Also, let me just very quickly check this. I'm concerned that if somebody replied and I don't reply quickly, that my post will be removed. Reddit. Being as it is. Alright, hopefully this starts filling back up. It is now half empty. And these are getting full. Oh, it might still rot. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that now. We are still 2 fruit short. And we're going to be 4 fruit short next round. Well, we might be 8 short next round. Because if we're 2 fruit short, that means we're 4 seeds short. And then we're going to be 2 more fruit short. It might rot. It might still rot. I don't like that. I know I keep saying more or less the same thing, but, like, how do I deal with that? There might not be a solution. And I don't want to just overload. Some people will run, like, a sushi belt around all of the... Where's my belts? Some people will just run, like... one of these. Is that too many? No. They'll just run one of these around the whole thing. Might need a separate farm specifically for the seed production, splitting and moving seeds out of the conveyor system connected to... So, some people will just do this, right? And they'll have all the arms spit out onto the thing, and then they'll, like, split, like, a 75% sort of deal, and have the seed extractor just put stuff back onto the belt. Or, I guess it would be over here. So not back there. It would be like... Wow, that feels weird. What the heck? I don't think that works. Anyway, they would do something like this, where they... Whoops. And then... Just pretend I know what I'm doing. Oh, but it would be like a 75... It would be like a 75% split. So they would do this. And then this would go into the... No. I don't know how the 75% split works, but they would basically have 75% of the fruit go into the seed extractor, and then just brute force fill the belt with seeds, so that there's never any downtime, and there's always more than enough seeds. But I don't like that. The ratio of 16 to 8 works. So I'm trying to, like, force that to work. And as you can see, the goldies are just going to bounce back and forth between the... Wait, why isn't that doing anything? Why didn't that goldie make it in? Oh, did it come from here? It probably did. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's yet another problem. Let's grab this. And let's throw it on the thing manually. So, we would need a way to extract the gold. Well, I could probably just plonk one here. Literally just... like... this. And put it... I don't have a goldie in my inventory. Hold on. There we go. Now that'll take from here. And ensure that all goldies make it into the system. It's likely in the process of moving the other goldie into the loop that it wasn't able to grab it. No, it's just that this arm isn't set up to grab the goldie. It's specifically like... I'm relying exclusively on this thing, which only reaches this far. Like, the range of this one you can't see. Everything's buried within stuff. Buried within stuff within stuff. So this one can only reach up to this square, right? So any golds that come from this plot or this plot just get in behind it. And then this arm isn't set up to extract it, and this is set up specifically for reds as well. So I literally just needed this one. Which is a little annoying, but whatever. It works. Because I did see that claw grab goldie. The claws literally aren't set up to grab goldies. They can't. This one can, but, like, no goldies should ever make it this far anyway. So there. We are now half the farm short. We're a whole 4. This rots! It still rots! Huh. If... No, 4 will only replenish 8 plots. So I need the full 8 to replenish all 16 plots. And there's another goldie. So we are going to be 2 seeds short next cycle. It still rots! I don't think I can fix... I literally don't think I can... I don't think there's a solution. Or at least it's not the one I'm using. Huh. That's so bizarre. Do you think they did that on purpose, Sunsquires? They might have done it so you can't just have no maintenance automation. Which is a bit of a pain in the butt, but, you know, it happens. Huh. I'm not sure if there's a solution to that. Because if I just pull the if I pull the gold fruit out, it slowly rots because that's at least one goldie per cycle that doesn't get back in. But I thought forcing them into the critter catchers would be enough. But those take, it seems, slightly less than one full cycle? Or at least not long enough to provide a refresh. Huh. This is why I stick to using the automation on boulders and picking up the critters, wool and critters and stuff. Too much of a headache. The very low crackling is back. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I will switch to desktop capture. There you go. The audio is going to be significantly quieter now. Let me turn that up. There. That's about the same volume. I don't know why game capture is so loud compared to desktop. Huh. I don't know how I'm going to handle the gold rot. It is an actual problem. No matter what I seem to do with the farm. Or, seemingly, no matter what I do with the farm. Yeah, see, that filled the spot, but then this gold is going to be bounced back and forth between them until next cycle. So we're going to have one less fruit, which means 2 less seeds, which means only 7 of these go through. And that's not enough to replenish the farm. Well, that's assuming those 7 don't also make it into here. Huh. Gamescom right now? Ah, but everything's Unreal Engine 5 lately. I know that's a bit of a depressing way to look at it, but pretty much everything seems to be Unreal Engine 5, so I'm not that excited for much of anything. Unless they show, well, no, I'm not excited. I'm trying to avoid Dustblood spoilers, so I can't watch that either. I don't know what to do about this gold rot. It's just a problem that I can't deal with, apparently. Huh. I think my ideal would be some sort of item detector. So that we could... some sort of item detector and, like, tread flipper. So that, for example, let's just use... Let's build some tracks down here. For example, if you have stuff coming down this belt, and then you have this, and then you have the theoretical item detector hooked up to, let's say, a track switch. Can I rotate that? No. Okay, that's kind of annoying. But say you have that set up to a hooked up to a track switch. You could have a gold, or like every item that passes flips it, but a gold would always flip it. And then maybe after a timer flip it back. So that a gold would go through, but then the next red would always go back up. That might do it. And then every other red would make it flip back down, so it would go into the fish farm, etc. But that would mean every gold that makes it through would guarantee that the next red gets turned into seeds. Or, no, that wouldn't work either. Maybe gold always makes the track face down, and then there is no timer, so that the next red also faces down. I don't know. I don't know if there is a solution. But I am glad that the farm at least fits on my screen. Oh no, there's right, there's the other gold. That's just gonna go into the, yeah. Farm just fully rots in a couple cycles. That's so weird. That's so weird. I genuinely don't think there's a solution now. Huh. I know there are perfect ratios in Factorio. I don't know if that's how it works in Core Keeper. I think as long as there are gold crops, the farm just rots. Now again, you could supplement it with extra seeds, or you could brute force it like some other people do with the 75-25 split. I don't like doing that. I like the perfect ratio, but it's not a perfect ratio. Would it be less likely to rot if the crops go straight into a chest? Yeah, but that would require maintenance. And the whole thing with this, right, was so I could just set it and forget it. And just let it fill itself up, let it do all of that stuff automatically forever. And it would do that automatically forever if there were no golden crops. But in the same update, they added these automated arms. They made it so that, well, maybe not the same update, but like at about the same time, they made it so that crops planted by automation could have a small chance to be gold. And that completely breaks the perfect ratio thing. Ugh. Yeah, one crop is getting through on this cycle. That's devastating. That rots so fast. Huh. And just like that, the farm is down to 2 seeds. Maybe there isn't a solution. But I don't want to brute force it. I wanted to have an efficient farm. Huh. Oh well. That's all the time I have for this today, Sun Squires. We've just seen that it doesn't work. I don't have a solution. Are the things picking up and not dropping the fruit? Pink boxes. No, they don't do that. They take anything within the 5x5 area in front of them and immediately spit it out back. It's literally just that I think the critter catchers don't have a long enough cycle to be perfectly self-sustaining. I think I need to figure out a way to just not do something. there's gonna be something. There's gonna be something I can do. I've seen it pick up and not drop stuff before. No, it's just that it gets taken by one of the other ones quicker than the sprite appears. Because I've got two of them facing to the right, right? So, whoops, what am I doing? So this one here takes stuff from the 5x5 in front of it. So from this wide area, and then spits it out here, and then it'll get immediately taken by this one that spat out here. which will then get immediately taken by either this one or this one and spat out behind it. So they loop, but they're here. Let's set up a couple of these. I can't see where that's grabbing, actually. I'm going to assume, like, here. Let's get rid of this. And then, like... Let's just put these close together, actually. Easier close. And then like this. And then let's power them. Yeah, that should probably just... Yeah, there you go. It's not even touching this one. But yeah, they're just quick. Wait. Huh? 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 How? Did that come out of this? What? 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 Hold on. Huh? See what I mean? Okay, if I break... Why does... What is happening? It goes into the machine? It doesn't even have it. Maybe it has some kind of invisible inventory, but that's not where the farm is rotting. But that's not what the farm is rotting, I don't think. Let's break these. Okay, there's none there. None there. None there. None there. None there. So that's not why the farm is rotting, though. Unless it just deletes the item. Maybe I need to set them on a timer? Let's see. Big oof if it does that. Big oof if it deletes the item. I think, so, the number one reason I think it is that I think these are slightly faster than the farm. Let's just set these up so that it redoes the stuff. And then we set this to grab, whoops. Set this to grab more gold, and then this to grab reds, which I don't have in my inventory. All right. This to grab reds, this to grab reds. I'm pretty sure it's just that the fruit farms are slightly faster than the crop farm, which would make there some sort of quicker throughput than farming output, and that would cause the rot. But let's consider that it could be that these are deleting the items. So what would I do to solve that? I think I would have these on a timer, but then that doesn't necessarily guarantee that they don't sometimes delete stuff anyway. I don't know how to make a timer, by the way. I at one point had a functioning timer, and then it broke in one of the updates, so I'm not sure. Let's try to make a clock. This is probably something I should do later, but I'm very curious now. That's an AND gate, so we'll use that to turn it on. We'll use this engine over here as well. So, timer. Right, no, let's back this off. Let's use wire. Just in case. Let's use a delay circuit. I'm not sure what that'll do. Let's see how that works. Oh, because it's an AND gate. Okay, so we need to... Whoa, that's kind of loud. Let's do this. I had a working one of these. That's the output. Could it be... It could be that you have all of your fruit going straight into the fish farm and not being divided between the farm and the fish. Heh? There's no fruit being converted back into seeds. No. So... but this was the only way you could deal with the golds. If you do the 50-50 split, which I was doing over here, it still rots. Because this was splitting 50-50, sending only half of them into the fruit and half of them back into the seed extractor. But then you would get golds in the seed extractor, which would just turn into gold ore, which don't go back into the farm. So that would still rot. Gold rot is a real problem. There's no way to handle it. And if I pulled the gold off, which I was doing, I was pulling the gold into a chest separately, so that wouldn't go back to the seed extractor. That's still one fruit per cycle that's not being turned back into seeds. So I thought forcing the goldies into the critter catchers would mean more reds get turned back into the seeds, but apparently not. I think this one rots faster. So I'm very confused. Would be nice if you could convert gold fruit into normal fruit. Yeah, so let's throw one of these in a scrapper. Let's see what happens if we scrap one of these. You stop that. What happens if we scrap? Can we even scrap one? No. What happens if we recycle them? We can't do anything with gold fruit. We just can't do anything with them. Well, we can. It makes good food. But, okay. So, what happens if we cook it into food and then scrap the food? What happens? Let's grab one of these. Actually, let's grab a spicy tulip salad. Except cooking salad. Yeah, let's see if we can scrap a tulip salad. Nope. What about this? There's no way to get the fruit back out. Which makes sense. Like, you're cooking it, obviously. But, like... Huh. Maybe there is just no solution to gold rot. Let's keep making this timer, though. Let's see. If I feel like I'm on the right track. We need a compost bin or something. But I think that's what the seed extractor's for. You know? What would a compost do? We put the food in and it gives us a chance to get the food. But food requires 2 items, right? We need some way to turn gold fruit back into red fruit. Would probably be perfect. Would probably be perfect. Let's see what we can do with this timer, though. Because this doesn't really work. Yeah. So let's swap this. The orientation, at least. Maybe compost will speed up plant growth or something. Let's try... Let's move the logic gate over here as well. The timer. Whoop. Does this work sideways? Oh, there's no power. Hold on. I think I kind of have brain. Nope. Maybe I pull it back. Maybe it, whoops. Maybe I push this here. I need a NOT gate. I think. How do I invert this? I'm not really logic gate brained as well, Sunsquires. So I might just be stupid. But I'm gonna try to figure this out. Wiring table is up here. Oh. I don't understand most of these. Very low power, no, too low to power objects, but useful for the... Let's grab a bunch of these. Let's grab like 20 now. I overshot a couple of them. What is this? Low charge of electricity when struck. Well, I don't really care about that. Alright, so down here. I want logic gate. Let's do this, maybe? And then... Oh. When I hit the wires, it's so loud. Right, let's try to... Hey! Hey? No. How? Oh, that's a clock. We just need to turn it on. Hey! Okay. So if we connect that to these... like so... Whoops. That's very much incorrect. If we connect that to these... Okay, so I use gardening tools. Yeah, it's just in a different spot. See, where's the item? Why does it delete the item? And like store it in what other inventory slots that we don't get access to? That's so bizarre. Maybe we need another delay. Maybe we need another delay circuit just hooked up so that it goes like... this? Oops. And then we invert this. That feels like it's still not correct. It is at least showing up on both sides. Maybe that's what we need? What happens if I turn this off? It still disappears! See, which of these is it in? That one. That's so bizarre. I still don't think that that's why the farm was rotting. I think it's still gold rot, but like... needs to be a little slower so a clock can pick it up. So here's something. I can't have these this close. Because if I power the claws, it'll still power the thingies. So I'm curious. No, I'm not. I can't be curious. Nothing. It would daisy chain. But no, these automatically put stuff into whatever inventory is behind here, by default. They like. The only reason they're putting it on the ground is because I don't have anything for them to put it into. But over here, they should be putting it into the storage. Or dumping it on the ground if there isn't a storage. But the fact that they can store stuff is so weird. I don't know. There's a lot of problems. I don't think that's why it's gold rotting. I think the gold rot is just because every time there's a gold fruit, it's 2 seeds that aren't coming back into the system. Unless I somehow have a way to detect that there is a gold fruit and force the next red one to go into the seed extractor. Without some sort of detection or something like that, I just don't like logic. There's no way to do it. Learn a funny little thing to freak your friends out with. It's just you Sun Squires. Nobody I know personally plays this game. Well, still, that is all the time I have for today, Sun Squires. So, unfortunately, we couldn't fix a gold rot, but it is what it is. I don't think there is a way to fix it without logic. And there are no item detectors or anything. So make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. The invite code is in the description if this is the most recent VOD. Remember to eat sandwiches, stay hydrated, and you should be redirected to the next one when this one ends. Goodbye, Sun Squire!